the Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker. We're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump, live.
Yes. I know I was going to take a little break, and I still am going to take a little break, but today I had some free time, so I decided to do the show since it's the first day back since shot, and I am recovering from COVID. Still a little bit tired, but overall, I am doing fine. I actually flew this weekend as well. I am still taking a break from my other channel, maybe a permanent break, but we're still deciding on that. But this channel, I'm not going to let go, because even though this channel has like 20% of the viewership, probably less than that, actually, probably more like 5, but I like doing this, so I'm going to keep on keeping on. If you don't know who I am, my name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist. I investigate the ETF and other things. We are sponsored by Tusk. Tusk is a cryptocurrency focused on the firearms market.
Proudly sponsored by TUSC, the only cryptocurrency designed with the firearms market in mind, with 3-second processing times. It's the fastest cryptocurrency on the planet. With lower transaction fees than traditional credit cards. It's perfect for your e-commerce needs. For gun guys, by gun guys. Visit TUSC.network for more information and join the digital revolution.
And not only that, we are also sponsored by Black Swan Tactical. Black Swan Tactical is a place where you can get t-shirts and much more.
Black Swan Tactical, your #1 source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
And this is the point where I would say you can join my Patreon, but I'm going to close down my Patreon, by the way.
Just send the money to me.
No, I'm going to actually start up a locals community and stuff like that. So
Or an OnlyFans?
No, locals. It's really cool because like other people can make posts and stuff like that. It's more of a community than like Patreon, and there's a lot more I can do with that. I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I printed brass knuckles out of PLA.
Yep, I saw. That's not for doing something else.
I don't know. I think it's just brass. I'm not real sure.
All right, we're gonna be talking about SHOT today. Something I was not at, but who was there?
You stood me up.
Yes, Rich was there. So was BWE and TJ.
Nope.
BWE was. I was about to say BWE was not there, but TJ was there.
So is that it? Diagonally, TJ, but not Rich, not Crump.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain why I was there. I had the Uber come to my house. My family was up sick all night, COVID, and I was gonna go, but I was like, no, you know what? I think I need to stay home to take care of them. So I canceled the Uber when the Uber was like literally in front of my house. Like literally, I could look out the door, it was right there, and it was a good thing I did because I got sick. But I sent Rich out there. He was supposed to be helping me out with some stuff, but he got to do his own stuff instead of helping me out. So,
I'm the Crump surrogate.
Yeah, it worked out for him. He was like, he was the representative of the sole representative of Black Swan Media.
I don't have my badge. I could hold it up. Yeah.
I didn't go because I just hate people.
Yeah, I can imagine that. TJ, you went. Right?
I agree. I second that motion.
If you hated people, it wasn't. This was the one to go to because there wasn't.
Because there was nobody there.
Yeah, TJ, you were there. How did you
Yep.
like it?
I loved it as a a content creator and reviewer. It was great. We actually got to talk to brands. It wasn't asses to elbows and people cutting in front of you. It was actually enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm not
We'll
even sure
never-
why I even go to SHOT because I don't really do stuff with brand. And when I do stuff for brands, it's they usually don't like me. But
I mean, if you get right down to it, Crump, who does like you?
that is very admirable of you to say.
I have some top secret information on surprising people that actually like Crump, but I can't tell.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yes.
the one I told you?
Yes.
No, I think they like me because it's
Your
Yeah.
wife?
no.
Maybe you mean my wife, because my wife doesn't like me.
No. I think they like me because I could help them out. I guess you can say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, John, I just want you to know that I don't hate you.
You just
He
dislike
just
me
despises
strongly.
me.
The shooting gallery in New England is out there.
Who was supposed to be on the show? I don't know what the hell. Look, if you're too busy not to come on the show, don't watch.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for Pete's sakes. Come on.
And you know what? I didn't even say anything about
The triplets.
yeah, I didn't say anything about that.
TJ, Shooting Gallery New England's wife is pregnant with triplets.
That is awesome. Congratulations, sir.
They're not his, though. He's not having kids.
They're dusts. They're dust from
I
Detroit.
keep saying he's
Survival
not having
training.
any kids, so they got to
Yeah.
be somebody else's.
Saves the money on adoption. It's fine.
That's actually in my bucket list book. I started a bucket list book with things that I'm going to do. Just
So
taking
Fly
stuff.
With Me is one of them.
Well, I flew, not with you, because I'm.
Your
Rich is gonna
bucket
come
list
on.
is having kids with shooting gallery New England's wife.
No, that's not on the bucket list either. No, like Rich was gonna come on and said, John preferred his bucket list. He flew with me. Unfortunately, now it's gonna be named Flying Rich Live.
Yeah. I was gonna just like print
He
something
didn't
out, say
survive the
Flying
test.
Rich Live,
He didn't
Just put a
survive the
sticker
crash.
over it.
But I did go flying. I took my first flight lesson. It was cool.
And as a buddy of mine that used to fly, or that I used to fly with, he says, survived again.
I landed the plane.
And they were able to reuse it. So two critically important things that you got to note.
I was going to say, did you land it in a house?
No, I landed it on a runway.
Man. Rich, you need to take some lessons from him.
I'm reasonably good at landing on runways. Twice I have not, but
I thought you were about to say twice I have. There's been a lot of times I haven't.
But let's give Rich credit. There was a runway nearby.
yeah, I mean, it was a couple of miles away.
I mean,
Both
close
times.
enough, right?
Actually, both times, yeah. We're within 2 or 3 miles of the airport.
Road, runway, it's all the same.
Within 100 miles, there was a runway. You know.
Wow.
Flying Crump.
Flying Crump, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cool thing. I liked it.
Oh, all right. Come Out and Play is where is it? I don't know what I did with it. I smoked the board on my 3D printer and I just replaced it. So I don't know what I did with the board. Oh well, I was going to show him the smoked main board, but
Are you going to fly just planes or helicopters?
there's going to be a Crumpy chopper in the future, just like Peter from Family Guy at the
The Peter Copter.
The
Yep.
Peter Copter, yeah. There's going to be a Crumpy Chopper in the future.
That's one thing I will never get in by choice.
Helicopter? Well, you know how a helicopter flies, right? By beating the air into submission.
Yeah. I flew on once. It was a medical helicopter. That was it.
Yeah, it's
Never
really
again.
it's really interesting when you're taxiing because the plane wants to go to the left.
Oh, well, wait. Was it a 172 or 152?
172.
172. They're a little bit better, but yeah. Well, it depends on where you crosswind because it's going to push the tail into whatever direction the wind is coming from.
Yeah.
And of course, when you steer a plane on the ground, you use your rudder pedals.
Yeah, you take the hands off.
So you don't do this on the ground, except to keep.
Yeah. They actually had me take my hands off the
yoke.
The yoke.
Man, I remember those days of pushing tail. Never figured out what to do with it, but it was fun pushing it.
You know what? I want one thing. I kept on looking at the instruments instead of I felt like I was using the instruments more than I was using the horizon.
Yeah, it just looks straight out the window. Yeah, it's. I guess if you're used to flight simulators and all that bit, you're kind of looking at all the. So is the plane all steam gauges or any EFIS equipment in it?
Oh, it's all EFIS.
All EFIS? Ooh, high tech.
And just remember, if you're going to puke, turn your head because you don't want to puke on the windshield so you can't see out.
Yeah. The flight school I went to, all their planes are EFIS.
Wow, cool.
TJ, do you have any idea what the hell they're talking about?
All right, Rich, go ahead and explain it.
EFIS,
you're flying a Tesla.
Yeah, EFIS or glass cockpit, where it has a screen as opposed to steam gauges. And in the steam gauge day, what we talked about was a 6-pack of instruments. That was your standard instrumentation. Now, I mean, the EFIS systems are amazing. They're really reduce your workload and make it a lot easier. But let's talk shot. We can talk airplanes a hell of a long time. TJ, what did you like that you saw at shot that was a firearm and not a hot girl?
There were quite a few of those as well.
Firearms, you mean?
There was a lot of neat technology this year. I was excited. Just little things like I'm trying to think of 5150 had that pivoting AR upper.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lever in the back and it hinges on the front, slides right off. You don't have to pull the pins. That was neat. Zero Delta has that. They have that the Zero pistol that's modular. They have a modular AR, like a lower receiver that pistol grip actually goes into. So your serialized pistol, the little piece, will go into but your pistol and you can make an AR with it as well. Any upper and it was all kinds of neat little things about trying to get around the rules, and which is awesome. Love it. Most of the rules are idiotic anyway. So it was a Fox unit has the first non-semi-automatic AR. So you fire it, the bolt stays back, hit the bad lever, charges the next round, pull the trigger, hit the bad lever, pull the trigger.
Interesting workaround. Awesome. So is that New York legal then?
I know it's California.
So then you got to figure out.
I don't think anything's legal in New York, is it? Slingshot.
Well, actually, so here's the goofy thing. I had my New York gun was a. Why am I blanking on it? What came before the AK? 7.62 by 39 before the AK. SKS.
SKS.
So I had an SKS and ATI stock that folded telescoped with a pistol grip. As long as it had a 10-round fixed magazine, it was legal in New York.
Fixed mag. That's a key.
Fixed mag. Yep.
Yeah, this was the Fox unit was the lower. You could use any upper. So, I mean, it's all kinds of neat. Jeff likes the interesting stuff. So I walked around looking for interesting stuff and.
Mm-hmm. So Jeff wasn't with you? He was doing daddy duty?
He was with me. He was there.
Oh, he was there? How did I miss him?
You sat right next to him at the table.
Oh, all right.
Every time you looked over, he went like this.
Breakfast table, you sat right next to him.
I hate to say it. I was so effed up at SHOT. I never came off New York time. I'd wake up at 4 a.m. and I'd be like laying in my bed in the hotel. And I was like,
he might have been a little butthurt because you looked at me and asked me.
oh,
And he was right next to you when you asked.
oh, is that why I got the butthurt message from him?
Oh, did he send you one?
Yeah.
I was just like he was looking at me. We were walking down to the dungeon, and he looked at me like, dude. I was like, I don't know, Jeff.
No, honest to God, I was like minimum operating power. I was so effed up at SHOT because my sleep schedule was so off.
Yeah.
He was like one of his planes that he flies.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
That's how it always happens, coming and going from SHOT.
Yeah, the time change did mess with me a little bit. I woke up every day at like 3 o'clock Vegas time, and I'm like, oh, I'm not
3
even
a.m.
close.
I used to travel for work, so I got kind of used to that. So I could like switch times like that.
I've been to LA a bunch of times, and it never bothered me like that. But even Vegas, and it never. I don't know why this time around I was totally effed up.
Because they lost your bags. You had to wear the same underwear for 5 days.
Yeah, that too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Jeff was like, I checked a bag, and he's like, you checked a bag? I'm like, yeah, dude. I said, I wore a gear report shirt. That's all I need. I said, worst comes to worst is I could buy another pair of pants, and we're good for a couple days.
Now I'm feeling really stupid that Jeff was next to you, and I didn't even realize.
You did say hi to him and talk to him too.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Man. Bad, Rich.
Now I'm wondering because I'm like, I barely saw any YouTubers they probably all were next to me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Ghost, Clover, OB, C4.
Well, those guys, yeah.
Everybody was right around there.
Yeah, those guys. But I'm talking. It's like other people that I would have wanted to talk to that are in the YouTube field. I mean, everybody at the breakfast table I pretty much knew except Jeff. Oh God, I feel bad.
Yeah, I was laughing, and he was like, okay.
Oh God, why didn't he just say, hey man?
He did.
Right. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm getting in my car. I'm driving away.
Oh my God, Rich.
Rich, I was sitting right there. He was talking to you, and you just ignored him.
Well, it's funny. Smash Time walks into the Safety Harbor firearm booth, and he's got the mask on. So I see this, and all bald guys look the same from here up. And I'm like, oh, that's Smash Time. I'm like, how the hell did I pull that off?
Maybe his badge.
We were wearing the mask.
I wasn't looking at his badge.
Yeah.
What were you looking at?
My JSON file is bad, Rich. Oh.
His blue eyes, and I'm like, I'm real sure that's Smash Time, because Smash Time's got those pretty blue eyes.
I got some type of error, Rich. My JSON file.
Your JSON file's broken?
Yeah.
Well, you got to run it through an online JSON inspector and see where it comes up with an error.
JSON fixer.
Or...
Oh, no. Well, that's not going to fix it. That's going to tell you where the error is. You have to go in and fix it yourself.
Correct. But
you have no idea what we're talking about.
I thought computers were supposed to do all this shit by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
See, exactly.
They're going to make our lives easier.
Well, for most people, but the people behind the scenes that actually build the stuff to tell the computer. The computers don't do the stuff.
JSON's better than XML. That's all I got to say.
Oh, hell yeah. Not even close.
And JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation.
Alrighty.
As opposed to YAML, which is yet another markup language.
Okay.
I've heard of the JavaScript.
Yeah, I've heard of Java. I thought it was
Well,
coffee.
Java and JavaScript have nothing to do with each other. So
Yeah, they're two different things.
Yeah, you drink Java.
maybe. So now that anybody that tuned in for SHOT Show is gone,
Well, I thought we
So-
discussed everything that happened at SHOT Show already.
so TJ, now that I've insulted your partner, I mean show partner,
Yeah, it's not my partner.
okay.
Oh, well, we're open to that if you're.
I know.
Yeah, if that's what you do, we're okay with it.
I saw
I don't care.
G23 out there. He'll say something. I'm like, oh.
So were there any people you get to meet, or like what was the highlight of the show for you? Like, all right, so highlight product, firearm in person.
Your product was tough. Motor City Armament had a I walked by, I didn't know what the hell it was, and then I saw the guy do the demo, and I was like, we stepped back, like, okay, what is that? And it's like an upper rail system where the upper receiver slides in, and the barrel mounts to it. Everything mounts to that unit. And then you can slide it out of a rail system and put a different rail system on it. So you can just leave your optics on. And he says it always, once you attach it, it always holds 0. So you can just switch out optics to a different rail system. Just change out the rail systems with 4 little Allen hex screws. And I was like, that is interesting. Because it's always a pain when you're doing stuff. And you're like, I really don't want to use this optic. Change it out, get the laser out, test it out. The 5150 gang were fun. We hung out with them a lot. I walked by randomly, and they were like, "Come here," handed me a beer at like 9 in the morning. Yeah, no, 9 in the morning. I mean, I like beer, but not at 9. So that was neat. And then I think hanging out. Sorry, I'm still losing my voice. I think the coolest part was like just people like calling Jeff over that like I had no idea, and I was like, "Who's that?" He goes, "That's the guy at Maxim, and this is the guy. They would just call Jeff, come here, and I think he has like sometimes like no idea, like the pull or the influence he has because I was like, I said people were calling you over nonstop. And you go talk to we go to Palmetto State, and he's, yep, here we go, right in, no problem. Maxim, right in.
Nice.
It's crazy. So that was neat for me because I'm just like, I'm just sitting there listening to him talk, like okay.
That's
and
really
we hung
cool.
out the circle ball one night, which he's never done. So that was.
I've never done that. I want to do that.
You should have. I was there.
I couldn't find it.
It's tough. It's easy to miss. It's right in the middle. The casino. Just go up the ramp. When you see the casino, kind of the road, the path split each way. It's right there in the middle.
Oh,
that was interesting. We probably spent 2 hours there that night. We'd go to a spot, see someone who knew. Go to a spot, see someone who knew. Go to a spot, see someone who knew. And by then it's 10 drinks in, and which is fine for me. And Jeff was like, no more.
Oh, by the way, guys, the moderators out there, the Russians are here. They're invading the channels like they want to invade the Ukraine. So I'll block those guys. Okay. When was the last SHOT Show TAT? So many challenges to the realm of the NFA were presented at the booth. In my opinion, this was the most of the sort at one shot. Hello, G Whip trying to say. Okay, that was the question. I'm not really sure what the question has anything to do with, but what? G Web, you're gonna have to type that over again, unless someone else knows what he was talking about.
That was the 2A Sasquatch?
What?
That was the 2A Sasquatch.
He's a freaking ninja, man. In DC, he showed up and he's like, "Hi, I'm G Webs." I was like, "Oh, hey, what you doing?" And I turned around and looked back, and he was gone.
Yep.
He was like, he threw down a smoke bomb and like disappeared.
That's how it works.
How it works. You could
this
see
shot
him,
show
and
has
then you turn around and look again, and like, wow, all right, he's gone.
the shot show had so many challenges to the NFA.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. Challenge the NFA. NFA is unconstitutional. No one should follow it. Drill the third hole. Okay,
Problem solved.
I'm not saying that I did that because I don't want the ATF to raid my house and shoot my non-existent dog. But
you're gonna get a robo dog.
I did that a couple of times.
shot my
You shot somebody's
non-existent dog.
No, drilled the third hole.
Well, yeah, you have that special SOT.
Superpower.
You got a fully automatic MP5 behind you.
Yes.
Enough said.
Well, actually, the MP5 is not fully automatic. The trigger pack is.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Look, I got almost a Thompson.
Oh yeah, that's on your rebuilding or whatever you're.
Yeah, that's the one I got a machine. The receiver's just a big chunk of steel right now. The outside's all machined pretty, but the inside's just solid.
Uh-huh. So you're kind of building that from scratch, or the receiver from scratch? Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Well, it's one of those 80% Thompson receivers.
Is that going to be the next JSD product?
And 80% Thompson?
I don't know. Is it?
Thompson.
Listen, I would go for that.
I don't know if that thing would handle that Thompson receiver. That's a lot of machining.
Oh, you're talking about the Ghost Gunner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. JSD has the Ghost Gunner now, right?
Yeah, they have it. They haven't unboxed it. I don't know if they unboxed it when they got back, but I was talking to them at SHOT. I got to send them the parts. They're still in my truck, so I guess I'll go to the post office tomorrow and send that off. And I've got a Gun Bunny shirt for you from Bob.
Oh, nice.
Q10 Clan.
I got to send you. I got your P80. I've been waiting to get the trigger pack from Dark, but I haven't got the trigger, like the small parts kit, the trigger kit.
So
the lower parts kit. So I'm just gonna send you what I have, and Dark can send it to you.
I'll tell you how to get it. Is don't give Dark any of the packages he has delivered to your house until he comes by with that.
Yeah, I should, because I don't know. I just don't. It's just been sitting there waiting for it. So.
It's like, well, actually, so we saw each other in Oaks, Pennsylvania, but we didn't go anyhow. Yeah. And I had two opportunities because the stuff's been in my truck since Oaks, Pennsylvania. That I got to give to JSD.
Nice job, Rich.
So I could have brought it with me to Vegas. So, TJ,
damn COVID brain.
What about firearms? What's the best firearm you saw? Or interesting? It doesn't have to be best. What piqued your interest?
I mean, there were a lot of interesting ones. There were some gorgeous ones that you're just like, oh my gosh, look at that thing. No, see, now you put me on the spot as far as interesting. I'm like, interesting can be. I mean, I love the Zero Delta concept on the serialized trigger unit. Can go pistol, compact, full size AR. And then you can just use any upper AR you wanted, and that was the most interesting. I mean, the technology, like I said, there's a ton of technology. The 5150 guys were with the pin with the pivot to, and they were saying it's easy to change the upper, quick and easy. Just flip it, boom, boom, put a new one on. You can go from long range to short, which is neat. Not the pins. I like the Saltwater Arms had one that was a corrosion resistant AR. That was, it's like you said the maritime finish on shotguns you've seen, I'm sure. And then they had it on the AR, and being down here right next to the water, it's like, you just throw that on the boat and not worry about it.
Yep.
So, and there was so much, and I didn't get to hit. I probably hit half of it. We went over to the Caesars first, and then came back. So
I never made it to Caesars.
Oh my gosh. The bathrooms over there are fantastic, just so you know. But everything else is awesome too. It's wide open over there.
Yeah, from what I heard, nobody was at Caesars. I got some people that were real pissed off they were put over there.
I've heard stories.
Yeah, coming all the way over from, I think, Sweden or something.
Yep.
Spur, SPUHR, I think it is. They do all kinds of rail systems and mounts and stuff for European military and refits of G3s. And he came over, and I know him, and he was freaking pissed because he put him back there. He said, "I didn't see anybody the whole time."
It was quiet over that side. That's why we went. I told Jeff I got there Sunday early, and I snuck around with one of the vendors, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go over there and check it out." I'm like, "Sweet, no problem." Walking around, and so I was like, "We need to go over there first." And it was, you could take all the time in the world over there. Maybe you'd see 20, 30 people at a time.
Yep. Yeah, he was
too spread out. Yeah, I think it was too spread out. I'm sure a lot of the vendors were, the people trying to sell stuff were pissed at the world because there wasn't. I mean, if I was selling something, I'd be like, maybe
he'll never come back. He said, "That's it. I'm done."
Yeah. Well, unless they can get somewhere different.
Yeah, I think he's just going to do E1 now over in Europe.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what Walter was talking about, that he wanted to go over there, but. During Shaw they're talking about quarantine. Now I think they're talking about none of that, like no mask, no anything anymore. But so cool stuff that I saw. I thought, first off, I'm a 5.7 nut job, and Palmetto State has the Rock. So they have a 23 round 5.7 pistol, all metal, unlike the FN 5.7, but I just liked it. I definitely want to get a teeny on one, and hopefully I'll buy one. So that's $500, and for $550 you get a threaded barrel and an optics mount. So you'd be dumb not to spend $550. And they also have what they call the micro dagger. The micro dagger is a little bigger than the 365, a little smaller than a Glock 43. It's the stagger stack, so 15 rounds. That looks real interesting. And Kel-Tec had two guns, two versions of the P15. So they have a 15 round, I guess, stagger stack. It's like a subcompact type pistol, but they also have it in metal. So unlike the plastic, I think the metal one was $7.99. The plastic one was super cheap.
Yeah.
But the metal looked super sexy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can tell you any more about Kel-Tec this year, but there's more stuff to come.
You still live on your channel, Rich?
Say what?
Are you still live on your channel?
Why? Did my channel drop me off? Did I get booted from my channel?
I guess not. I was trying to share a link, and it wouldn't share it to your channel.
Oh.
All right, just do this again. All right, there it goes. You want to see what the link I was trying to share, by the way?
Homemade firearms 9mm submachine gun. Sure, show it.
This is what I was trying to show. The expedient homemade firearms, how to make a 9mm machine gun out of like regular parts, like basically a Sten.
I got that book.
Yeah, it's out of print, and the dude who owns the copyright is dead. So I just
somebody scanned it and posted it.
Yeah, me.
Oh my God!
So
how dare you?
Just throw it out there for anybody who wants it. Just the Ludi. Yeah, it is the Ludi.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the Ludi?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So you can go to that website and just download it.
And I see Walter from Safety Harbor Firearms in the chat. I hung out with the Keller family while I was at SHOT, so I
I
want
know.
to say thanks a lot. They were super nice.
I know you told me about that. You were like, dude, they are so nice. I'm like, of course they are. They're the Kellers.
Yeah, it was very nice to hang out with them because somebody stood me up.
Would you like me to come out there and give you COVID?
No.
You ended up in
Actually,
the
you probably
last time you
can't
had
give me COVID. I'm COVID immune.
Dude, you had
There you go.
COVID before I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
He wanted you to come out there and give him something. It just wasn't COVID.
Woo!
And
Wow.
he's gonna wait for that forever because that's not on my bucket list.
Not on mine either.
It's not on my bucket list.
Yeah. So my wife is carb avoidance, and she thinks I should avoid carbs. So Walter, that stays between us.
I was gonna bring up sovereign citizens, but I'm not.
No. Jeez.
Okay, let's move on. Just a little inside joke there.
Yep. Yeah. So only the two of us know. But yeah, the Joe, yeah, and Dark. So the PSA Rock that just looks super cool. Great price. They're MSRP, so that who knows? Well, actually, I mean, if they're MSRPing and they sell retail, what does that mean? Does that mean that's what I'm going to pay, or I'm going to pay less?
No, you can get them. You can get them cheaper.
You can always get them cheaper. There's always an MSRP, and there's always a street price.
But if they're the street,
the street
but
price.
if they're the street, I'm excited.
Yeah, a lot of people even sell them on their website will lift the MSRP as something higher than sell it for something cheaper right on the website. It's like, you are the manufacturer. How could
right.
Well, then you have MAP pricing too. MAP
right.
is the minimum advertised price and stuff like that.
If we were on Utreon, I could reach over there and show you my 5.7 collection.
So
or if you're on locals, you can actually do it from my locals, Rich, because you're invited to join my locals, johncrump.locals.com, where it's a community for gun-minded people. We have a free tier and a $5 tier, and you can help support a bunch of different projects that I am going to be doing. And we're going to be doing live chats, and everyone can join in, post stuff over there. So it's more than just like a Patreon. It's a really cool thing. And with code Wolverine, you can get a 1 month free of premium service through locals.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so the micro dagger.
You get the DBX 5.7.
Oh, I'm sorry, TJ. What were you saying?
You have the DBX 5.7 from Diamondback?
No. No, isn't that? Wait, the DBX. Which one is that? I gotta look that up.
You look it up. It's fun to shoot.
Does it matter, Rich? It's a 5.7, and you're all about the 5.7.
What's up with you and 5.7s?
I don't know. I guess maybe I watched Stargate too much.
That's how he wishes he was.
That uses an FN57 mag, and it's got a pick rail on the back, so you can put a brace on it. That's cool.
It's neat.
And then if you get the Extendo 30-round mag, that doesn't work as good as the 20-round mag.
Just say it if you're 5.7, not. There's another one.
Oh, wait. MSRP on that thing is $13.52. That's why I don't have it.
Oh, so you're a budget-friendly 5.7 fan?
Well, I mean,
No, he's cheap.
I'll pay the high price for the FN product, which didn't have any patches for me, which I'm mad about. Because the pores that don't actually have 5.7s got all the patches before me.
I didn't get a ton of patches this year. Normally, that's my goal.
Yeah, I didn't actually. G-Webs was doing a live stream showing all the patches and stuff that he got. I guess he was going through photographing them. Does G-Web sell the stuff, or what's he do with it? Because I was wondering why he's doing photos.
No idea. I think he does like a free patch Friday, on his thing. So you buy a patch, and I think he sends a free patch in.
Oh, cool.
So it's a random patch. Well, I got the G Web's white van one, and he sent me another one. It was it was a Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and it was like FUTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that too. He sent me a bunch of patches, which was kind of cool.
He says he's giving them to Patreons.
There you go. Patreons deserve them.
For sure. Yeah, so I was going to go through my swag collection, figure out what I got doubles of, and give Crumpin, the Black Swan family the first dibs on the stuff. Yeah, CMMG has a 5.7. A couple of people have 5.7s. I do want. Speaking of 5.7 news, there's another company. They're remanufacturing the 5.7 AR-15 upper. It's going to be $700. So, pretty excited about that.
$700. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like a $200 upper, but
Is it going to work?
Is it going to work?
Yeah.
How would I know? I don't have 5.7 ammo. I got one box left.
Okay, Rich, why would you want a 5.7 upper
Because it's cool.
on an AR-15?
Because it's cool. What is cooler than an AR with a mag on the top that holds 50 rounds and ejects out of the mag well? That's just as cool as it gets.
That is cool.
You can get 60-round mags for an AR-15 and 223.
All right. You're right. I'm very practical with a lot of firearms, and then there's some I'm not.
I mean, I like the 5.7 round. I just don't like the price of the 5.7 round. I mean, I'm not sure about
that too.
Getting a 5.7 round for an AR.
I guess the 5.7 just doesn't make sense to me since you can't get the ammo that it was designed for.
Yeah. When you get the real ammo for the 5.7, then it makes sense.
Completely different gun.
Correct.
With what you can get, it's, a modern 22 Hornet.
I was going to say, you beat me to it. Yes. Might as well be 22 Hornet.
And at least the 22 Hornet looks cool.
Because it's massively knocked down.
I got the 5.7 at our gun store, and 2 of the projectiles actually fell out. I was loading it up, and I was like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" So then I was like, "All right, we're not using any of that." So I don't know what brand it was. I was like, "Let's not use that anymore." So I think they've switched, but they've got a ton of 5.7 down there.
Now I did take a 5.7 case and put a 270 bullet in it.
Yeah, I guess.
Look,
I should blow it out more and put, a 338 or something in it.
be straight walled.
Mm-hmm. Of course, then I do stupid stuff like the 7.62 by 25 and put, a 200 grain 30-06 bullet in it.
See, I don't mess around with any of that yet. Not yet. Once I figure it out.
Subsonic is so much better with when you reload. Because like the 300 Blackout, I was playing with that when it was a Whisper. And it was designed to use pistol powder. Oh, yeah. You use pistol powder in that thing, it is so quiet it's not even funny. Of course, you have to use if you're shooting in an AR, you've got to use a pistol gas system.
Oh.
Because it won't work with what are they using? Right. The carbine gas systems. As soon as they did that, it's like, what the hell's wrong with you idiots? But that's one of those cartridges. I don't understand why you'd use a supersonic round in it anyways.
Yeah.
But then again, I just like subsonic. There's there's just something about shooting 600 yards with a subsonic, and you go like this, and then you aim up about 20. I think the drop is 23 feet on subsonic at 600 yards.
But it's quiet.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah, I
about
think
hearing.
Walter's seen that subsonic 50 I did. 50 BMG bullet, 300 Winchester short mag case, cut off at the shoulder, and the 50 BMG bullet stuffed in it. Strictly subsonic. It just boom. Sounds like a bee going down range. Just bzzz.
Yeah. Probably almost see it.
Yeah. Hits like a freight train, too. Kill the shit out of a pig. You know, you don't have to worry about gutting them afterwards.
Right.
Because it pulls all the guts out the other side.
There you go. Make it quick and easy.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Yeah, that's
to
what I
Kristen
think. The
Gillespie.
300 blackout is. That's what a lot of the guys, and most of them use for pig hunting around here.
Yeah.
I use a 20 millimeter
Yeah.
depleted uranium tipped.
Well, I had one of my customers he's got a couple of choppers, and he sent me a gun broker ad for a minigun, and he's like, "What the hell is this? And how do I get?"
It's like
Where's
something
the
you
post
should
sample?
buy.
I said, "Well, all you got to do is pay for it. We'll keep it on my license. I'll make you an authorized user on my license. Shit." If you buy a minigun, hell yeah.
Can you get to the chopper?
Yeah.
Since you own choppers.
Then he said, "Well, I think I need 2 of them." So I found him another one for sale. And he's like, "Man, you're going to get me in trouble." He said, "Can we go pig hunting with them?" Sure.
Whatever the hell you want with that.
Yeah. Flying Rich can fly you around in a helicopter.
Yep.
Yep.
Have you ever flown a helicopter, Rich?
Only model helicopter.
Okay.
Did you
That's
crash?
supposed to be harder. You always crash them. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I've never flown one because I know I'd crash.
Oh gosh.
And I
Yeah, the
can't-
model helicopters. So the problem with the model helicopter is almost any crash is $300.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Flying model helicopters is you got to get the trim right on that, or you got to spit it out into.
Well, just any kind of thing, because you're always, it's going to be rotor blades, main shaft, and a bunch of other things that you got to replace. So it's almost always $300 worth of parts.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where I just buy other complete helicopter kits, so I had all the parts because it was cheaper.
Modern helicopters are not the easiest thing to fly in the world.
They're real easy to crash, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're very easy to crash.
Like, just hand me the controls, and that's all you need to do.
If you're gonna fly a model helicopter, I suggest that you use a simulator first.
Yes. Sims are very helpful, especially if you have a sim that you can plug your RC transmitter into, so you get the actual, hands-on muscle memory for your transmitter. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, I tried that, and I crashed everything, too. So
You crash
just
the
gave
computer.
up.
I've
Yeah,
crashed
hard
2 of the
drive.
drones, and I'm done.
So TJ, mask police wise, any infractions?
No, nope. They would say stuff, and Jeff would just he'd be like, "Thanks," give him a thumbs up, and just keep on walking.
Yeah, so I was in the Safety Harbor firearm booth, and they got the blue shirt, and it says security. Did it say
the blue-
security
the
or
blue-
safety?
The blue mask people.
Yeah, so the mask Karens. So they'd say, "Oh, mask please." And I'd reach into my pocket, I'd go like this, and as they walked away, I went like that.
That's what I did. I wore my buff, and I would pull it up, and then just okay, bye. And as soon as I just drop it. Jeff's like, "I'm not even doing that." I was like,
I wouldn't even do that. I'd just be like, Go the hell away.
The first day, I was kind of like, I don't want to get kicked out of SHOT Show, so I did that. And then the second day, they didn't even bother. The third day was like, they would just hang out in the corner, like whatever.
Yeah, day 2, they weren't even saying anything. There was the rare, mask person.
They knew some of the booth guys. They were getting after some of the booth people I saw. Like I was like, they'd come by and all do this, and I'm like, and the people in the booth would put them up, and as soon as they leave, like, okay, done.
And I wouldn't even do that. It's like, you want me to leave? I'll pack up right now and leave.
Right. Well, I think they were threatening them with fines, like $500 the first infraction, and I was like, well, that's not going to go well for you guys.
Yeah. SHOT Show's over. It's done.
If it is, it ended on a fantastic note. I thought it was fantastic. We talked to so many people that I would never get to talk to as far as brand wise. Normally it's a brief, like, hey, what's going on? Give me an explanation of product, and then exchanging of cards, and then, all right, we'll see you. Email you next week.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem.
You do that 500 times.
The manufacturers aren't making money.
Yep.
How were the after parties?
There weren't many.
Really?
Yeah, we got invited out. Phoenix Arms took us out. I think they bought drinks and stuff, and then 5150 took us to dinner one night, and then we went to the Circle Bar one night. We were in I want to say, if you just kept going south and you started getting scared and went another couple blocks, that's where we stayed at Airbnb. So we cooked a couple nights.
So was it better or worse than Circus Circus? Because I will not stay there again.
The place itself was good. The walk, way worse.
Well, why didn't you Uber?
It's Jeff.
When I look
He's a
for
hiker.
When I look for a place to rent to stay, I started with cheapest to most expensive one, and I hit the cheapest.
Yep.
And he went so cheap, he booked me a day short.
That was a mistake.
I've done that before.
Pay extra for bugs?
Oh, no, but I got a contact high from my room.
That's always nice. Yeah, this place.
I was worried. Whenever I saw, a police dog, I'm like, please don't gnaw my arm off. But they didn't come near me. I was kind of shocked. I've had a couple of hotel experiences recently, and all of them had the ganja going on.
I smelled it everywhere I walked. So we walked, like I said, we walked past, just kept walking. Start seeing more and more trash, more and more homeless. And then it was like, okay, keep going. Then we take a right and go down to some little shady street. But actually the house we stayed at, not bad.
Oh, good deal.
There, scary.
Yeah. So did you carry in Vegas or no carry?
No, I didn't bring anything. I flew in. I'm like, it's just a pain in the butt to deal with any of that.
Hey, and that's how I felt. I just didn't want to deal with it.
Right.
It is a pain, a very big pain.
And how bad is that you can't carry at SHOT Show?
I know.
Well, it's not at SHOT Show I'm worried about.
It's
TJ's neighborhood I'm worried about.
Yeah, I was worried about it. I mean, it's a good thing I'm like 6'3" and Jeff is like 6'4", so it's like,
Rich, you're
look at us like,
the hookers are going to beat you up out there.
I got that New York attitude. Nobody's messing with me.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, my app should be live tomorrow.
And what's your app do?
Nothing.
It's the Crumpy app. It just tracks me and sells my location data.
No, it doesn't track you. So there's no ads, nothing like that. It just links to all our like the channel, the live, the audio only podcast, my website, my locals. It's all in one app.
Cool. Is that what you're doing while you're not talking?
Yes.
Hey, hold on. Let me get my hammer and punches because I gotta
That's why I was fixing my
parts I got to
JSON.
put together.
Right.
That's what I was fixing my JSON error for. Or at least I'm not hammering like you do. You're like boom, 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 trying to talk. You hear like hammering and drills going off. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, when I get
3D
into a
printer going in the
project, it's
background.
tough to stop.
I just worry about my dogs barking.
Rich just likes hammering things.
At least looking at JSON code doesn't really make noise. You know.
Okay, John.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments here. So Bacon said I don't know if he said he took lessons in a Robinson R44, which I'm not sure if Robinsons qualify for the Friends Don't Let Friends Fly lawn furniture category or not. I mean, it's a piston engine helicopter, so.
Oh, talking about flight lessons, there used to be a show called Wingnuts where they made furniture out of flight stuff.
Oh yeah, that was lame.
The flight school that I went to, they actually had one of the tables made by that company.
Yeah,
It was like a wing.
Yeah, so they would put a piece of glass over a wing with the ribs.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool that they actually have one of the tables.
I think that means they paid too much for crap.
Did you steal it?
It might,
So, wait,
might or
John,
might not be in my basement right now.
Was the Cessna 172 you flew? Was it FADEC controlled?
What the hell is data controlled?
Single lever for engine control.
Yes.
So no carb heat, no mixture.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See that's like way too simple. I mean, I guess it's okay to learn how to fly with that, but you're probably going to end up in a plane with carb heat and mixture controls.
Yeah, probably. But that's not what I flew in, so whatever. It's my first lesson. Come on. Got some
so
passion
Bacon
for the hall fitting out. There you go.
So I sent Toxic a question. I'm like, hey, if I want to print more patches but wanted to do something different, like what can I do?
$5,000.
Send more money?
Send more money.
All it takes is money.
Money is king, right?
Wait, so TJ, you got your patch?
Somewhere.
Your patch
Yeah.
handy? Somewhere?
Well,
Wait, so TJ, did I give you a patch and not Jeff a patch?
there we go. It was right next to yours. I took OB off the traveling list and put yours on the my bag. That way they all line up. I got Ghosts, Gear Report, and then you're over there too. Oh, Obnoxious Patches was too tall. Kept getting snagged on everything.
Yeah.
I missed out getting a patch from Clover. Actually, I didn't. Did I give them patches? I don't know. They left real quick when I sat down.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a hint, but
Yes.
No. Hold on. I think I'm not gonna give Rich a run because he is already like the world champion of crashing, and I can't keep up with that. I'm not gonna try to hit a car or houses.
Dude, you gotta have mad skills, and it was 2 houses.
Yeah.
Don't short me a house, man.
So they're like, "Why are you flying?" Oh, my friend, he's always talking about how great it is to fly. Oh yeah, did we fly a lot? I was like, yeah, but his plane's not running. I was like, and he's like, oh, what happened to his plane? I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure if it was from him hitting the car, rear-ending the car. And he's like, what? It's like, yeah, he rear-ended the car, or it might have been from the 2 houses that he had. I'm not sure which one.
Well, that plane's gone.
And the guy was like, this guy flies? I was like,
I can imagine it's gone.
not very well. Guy like looked at me like I was nuts.
That.
So Christian Gress was invited to come on the show this week, but no longer. Oh, actually, Christian is going to be on Shooter Gallery New England show tonight at 7 p.m., so an hour from now.
Nice.
And among the things I didn't give Hank links to the videos. So I do have videos I'm going to be trickling out on SHOT Show. So more stuff to come. And what else? What else do we got? Anybody have any closing remarks? Because we've been yakking it up for an hour.
Closing
Yeah, it was
remarks.
great to be here, and I'm glad you invited Jeff. It was nice.
One time,
I was inside. I was laughing my ass off because he was. I was like, I don't know.
You should say, "Oh, by the way, this is Jeff."
You talked to him, and I was just like, "All right."
One time, Rich gave a Google Meet address out instead of the actual StreamYard.
No, it automatically added that. I fixed that.
Google Meet address.
Yeah, I was like, they're waiting. The Google Meet account.
Yeah.
Good job, Rich.
Yeah, well, it automatically does that. So I changed that out as not being the default anymore, so it won't happen again.
Now you just won't send him an address at all.
Yep.
Yeah, Rich. I ended up doing the thumbnail because Rich was supposed to do all the thumbnails and everything else, and he's like, "How do I do the thumbnails?"
No, I asked what tool you used, and you used Spark. I've been using Canva.
Canva's cool too.
All right, and just to answer what One Car Fast is saying here, I haven't had a car accident since I got my pilot's license, unless you count the last crash. Which is that a plane crash or a car crash? I don't know.
Which one were you driving?
Right,
the airplane.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You know what? Hold on. Let me find that. We're gonna play that.
Just tell them it's a plane crash. That way, you're perfect. You have a perfect driving record.
Hey, Rich, is that on your channel?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bring it up. We're gonna watch this really fast. This is how we're gonna close. We're gonna close with the news report of Rich crashing a plane.
Is it the Pine Bluff, Arkansas one?
Yeah, that's on your channel, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's under the aviation playlist. There's also a brake failure while flying on my playlist. Simon's train.
How do you need brakes when you're in the air?
Well, you do brakes when you're on the ground. There is also an air brake on my plane.
So you have you have the pedals, the rudders, right, and then the brakes are on top.
Yeah, my plane is different than a Cessna because there's no steerable nose wheels, so you steer with differential braking.
Okay.
I would think it'd be a hell of a lot easier just to throw an anchor out the back.
Well, Rich is not exactly.
Oh, that's the crash on Long Island. I actually dipped the stock market on that one, so that's
Welcome, everyone, to News 12 Long Island. I'm Heather Holmes.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Scott Feldman. Tonight, folks who live near MacArthur Airport expect to hear planes flying overhead. They don't expect to have one land nearly on their heads. Well, it happened early this morning when the pilot of a single-engine plane made a scary appearance. News 12 Long Island's Holly Hare is in Holbrook with all the details for us.
Hi, how you doing?
Scott, overall, the people here are pretty lucky. You can see where the plane crashed into the fence and cracked it up, and you can also see the mark on the house, marking the spot where the plane crashed down at about 8:30 this morning.
It's close to a miracle, I guess.
Bill Larkin with the Holbrook Fire Department says it's incredible that the pilot only had minor injuries when you look at what was left of the experimental airplane. No one on the ground was hurt when the plane slammed down on Dorothy Street on its way to MacArthur Airport nearby. Fire officials say the plane lost power, clipped the top of that house, slammed into the road before sliding into the Colon's house.
We thought it was a car that went through the fence, and my husband said it was a plane. And we just ran out of the house because the house smelled like fuel.
When I first ran out, I was afraid to look in the plane because of the damage. I knew there was going to be some kind of injury. I didn't know what kind of condition he was in. And then he was pushing on the hatch, so I pulled the hatch all the way open and helped him out of the plane.
Jeff Colon says the pilot asked to go inside and sit in his neighbor's house, the one that was clipped by the plane. Mary Lopeto says as they waited for the paramedics, the pilot talked about what happened.
He was very shaken up, and he said he lost power or something, and he knew he wasn't going to make it to the runway.
Colon says he was glad he was home with his family when this all happened. He hadn't gone to work yet because his car had broken down.
It's just kind of fate that I was home to help out, to help out, get my family out of the house and get the pilot out of the plane.
The pilot, Richard Hughes from ISIF, was taken to the hospital for observation, but again, no one here was seriously hurt. The FAA is investigating. In Holbrook, Holly Hare, News 12 Long Island. Heather?
Pretty amazing. Thank you, Holly, very much. Well, SUNY students getting a crash course in economics.
Wow.
Edition.
All right, guys. That's not it, though.
Oh my gosh. You got to play the Pine Bluff, Arkansas one?
Plane crashed in Pine Bluff today, sending 4 people, including a baby, to the hospital. Good evening, I'm Kelly Dudzik.
I sent a baby to the hospital. Damn!
The pilot of a small home-built plane made an emergency landing on East Harding Avenue and hit a car.
Fox 16, Sandra Kirk joins us live from Pine Bluff tonight to show us what happened. Sandra.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Justin. We're here on East Harding Avenue here in Pine Bluff. And let me show you, these are skid marks here from the plane, which then took out this stop sign.
There were no skid marks in the cockpit.
Right here is actually debris from the wing, and the plane ended up right over here by that speed limit sign, which is just in front of the Landers GM dealership here.
Second shortest landing I've ever made.
This is a very busy street, but because it's Sunday and traffic was light, and they also say because there was an experienced pilot involved here, that those reasons really kept this story from ending differently.
It shocked me because I thought a plane falling in Pine Bluff, I never thought it would happen.
But it did, and Zaylin Reed says he saw it happen while grabbing a late lunch with his brother across from the crash site.
It came down this way, it ran into the back of a white small car, and it knocked the car forward, and the plane slid over into the ditch.
Police tell us the pilot seen here in the gray sweater had to make an emergency landing after the canopy of the small plane flew mid-air.
When the canopy flew open, of course, some things in the cockpit flew out. So he was blinded by that and the wind, and something that flew out clipped off a piece of the prop, and of course made the airplane become imbalanced, and then of course he had to try a forced landing.
As the plane landed on East Harding Avenue, it snapped power lines and ran into this car. The wing knocked out the rear window. Inside the car during the crash, 4 people, including a baby, all sent to the hospital to be checked out, but police say no one was seriously hurt, and the pilot is also fine. Police
Hit a nice car.
Normally a very busy road, but because it's a weekend and businesses are closed, traffic was light. Police say that and the pilot's experience kept this from being a different story.
Apparently, he's got quite a bit of experience because of the way he set the airplane down and was able to maneuver it after a touchdown to avoid a catastrophic accident. Everybody was very fortunate here on East Harding today that this worked out as well as it did.
Yeah, certainly true there. Now, the plane right now is in a secure hangar at the Grider Airport here in Pine Bluff. Of course, the FAA has been contacted. They will continue the investigation here, which is standard when these types of things happen.
Nice. Nice.
All right, let's go around the room and say bye to everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
All right, guys. No, anybody want to give out any links or anything? Check out John Crump at locals.com. JohnCrump.locals.com. There you go.
That just sounds like a porn site.
No.
And John Crump at OnlyFans.com.
Right.
John Crump at OnlyFans.com.
My app should be live soon here. Just waiting. It's already uploaded.
John Crump at XXX.com.
Good times.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the old GearReport.com everywhere.
GearReport.com. Everyone go to GearReport.com.
Yep.
We got BWE Firearms on YouTube. We have Flying Rich on Instagram, Flying Rich _official on Instagram. Flying
Official.
Rich on YouTube.
As
And
opposed to the
Road
Flying
Words
Rich
of the
poser.
Don't go to Fly Rich on YouTube. That's not rich. Hey TJ, have you ever Googled Fly Rich on YouTube?
I have not, but I'm going to now.
I don't. I'll save you the trouble. We'll do that really quick
All right.
before you
I,
go.
I was impressed with the crashes. Like, he's an experienced pilot. I'm like, hey, he's already crashed once.
You should see the brake failure one. That's the next video.
I'm gonna have to watch them all because this is all like I've never watched the
Right.
videos. I've heard like, yeah, you know.
I don't want to get
he's an
copyright claim.
all right pilot.
John ThumpHisCrump.com from Zach Carr. Thank you, man.
Say what?
I'll do that instead. But if you want to check this out, this is Fly Rich. I'm gonna share it with you. I'm not gonna share the audio so I don't get copied. But this
Copyright.
is Rich's other channel, where
Yeah,
he's a black gay cowboy.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Wow.
That's my alternate persona.
I told him that, Fly Rich is a black gay cowboy. He sings country music, and he thought I was joking. So I had to pull it up one day. And he's like, "Oh, I guess you're not joking."
Wow.
All right. So we got Gear Report out there. We have the Flying Rich. We have BWE Firearms, and if I ever fly, I'm up Rich. And we have mine. So with that said,
Gone again.
Oh well. Usually says Wolverine's mother.